As we told you earlier, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy for gays in the military expired at midnight. That means 13,000 people forced to leave the military under the old rules are now free to re-enlist.
However, one of them, former Air Force Major Mike Almy, is choosing a different route. He is suing to be reinstated to the military. And Mike joins us this morning. Sir, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here. This is an historic day, obviously. Your thoughts the first day?
It's a little bittersweet, I must say. It's obviously a tremendous step forward towards equality for all gay and lesbian Americans, LGBT Americans. It's long overdue. It's obviously something that most of the rest of our allies have already long since changed their policies. And it's past time that we do this here in America. It came a few years too late for me, as well as the 13,000 other Americans and tens of thousands of Americans before 1993 when this became a law.
You served our country for 13 years.
13 years, correct.
And now, as we mentioned, you're suing to be reinstated. You're not just re-enlisting. Why?
Correct. For people like myself that want to get back in the military, they still have to be physically qualified, medically qualified, as well as the military still has to have a need for them. One of the retention is at an all-time high right now as a result of the economy. More people are staying in the military, which translates to fewer opportunities for people like myself that want to get in. As well as we filed this lawsuit last December, before repeal was finally enacted. So at the time, we weren't sure what was going to happen in the lame duck session of Congress last season.
What do you think the transition is going to be like?
For me personally, or as a whole? For a whole.
For the military as a whole, a non-event or a big one?
I think it's, well, there's two answers to that. For LGBT Americans, I think it's a huge event. This is a historic milestone. And now gays and lesbians can serve honestly and openly in the military with full integrity and have this 50-pound weight lifted off their back, that constant fear that they could be fired any day if someone overhears a conversation or misreads an email. That fear is now gone, and they can serve openly and honestly right alongside their straight counterparts. For straight Americans, for straight serving in the military, I think it's going to be a non-event, which is a good thing, which highlights that gays and lesbians are already serving there. In many cases, they're open about it, and it's had no detrimental effect to the mission. If anything, it's enhanced the mission.
This repeal has now happened, but some gay rights groups say it's only the beginning, that more needs to be done.
Yes.
What do you think needs to be done?
I think they're correct. This is obviously a watershed moment. We now have marriage equality in several states, New York, Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., and yet as of today, you can have service members who are legally married in their state of residence and yet have no benefit, no recognition from the military. Things such as health care insurance. If a military spouse or if a military member was to go overseas, they couldn't take their spouse with them.
Mike Almy, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.